Hey everyone, welcome back to Trout Takes, where we keep you in the loop on everything theme parks. Today we're going to talk about a question that gets asked a lot. When are the busiest times at Universal Orlando? Now, people generally ask this question so they can find out when not to go. However, not everybody has the luxury of taking a vacation during the slower times of year. So not only am I going to do a brief overview of when the busiest times are, but I wanted to provide an added perspective on how those crowds can affect certain aspects of your vacation by giving you my top 5 things you need to consider when it comes to crowds at Universal Orlando. So in general, the busiest times of year coincide with your usual peak travel times, which are essentially any time kids are out of school. So you're talking about your main holidays like Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving week, Easter week / spring break, which basically lasts from, the middle of February all the way through April, 4th of July / summer break in general, and your longer 3-day weekends throughout the year like Memorial Day, Labor Day, President's Day, and MLK Day. Also, I'm probably stating the obvious here, but weekends tend to, of course, be busier than weekdays. Conversely, your slower times of year will be January into early February. Late April through most of May can see a bit of a lull. I've had good luck going at that time before. Late August through September, with the exception of some certain nights when Halloween Horror Nights are taking place in the park. The first half of November, and finally the week after Thanksgiving into the first half of December can be a bit slower as well. These are not all hard and fast rules by any means, but merely a basic outline to go by. A great online resource that I'd highly recommend checking out is the crowd calendar on the Orlando Informer website, along with the Undercover Tourist crowd calendar. These can be great reference points and give you a general idea of how crowded the parks are projected to be on any given day. Obviously, they can't be 100% accurate with their projections, but I can attest that they've been super helpful as a tool for our vacation planning. I'll put the links down below so you can check them out. As you can see, most of the year is during quote-unquote busy times. So chances are, statistically speaking, you're more likely than not to pay the parks a visit when it's busy. Because of this, here are my top 5 things you need to consider when it comes to crowds at Universal Orlando. Number 5, consider the wait times. Of course, larger crowds mean longer wait times, and not just for the rides, but for food as well. Even getting through security can have a longer wait. Throughout a multiple day vacation, these things can all add up to a major time suck. So I'd consider maybe looking at getting Express Pass to help mitigate those ride wait times, and make use of the food mobile order feature on the Universal Orlando app. Either way, prepare mentally ahead of time and try to bring as much patience with you as possible. And let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see a video taking a more in-depth look at the mobile ordering feature on the app or Express Pass. Moving on to number 4, consider room availability. If you're planning on visiting during one of the busier times of year, you'll want to consider booking your hotel a bit further in advance than you normally would in order to ensure that there are available rooms for you and your family. Rooms have absolutely been known to sell out in the past during the busier times, so make sure you're staying on top of your hotel situation. Number 3, consider the park hours. Now, this can be an advantage of visiting during the busier times of year since the parks typically stay open longer when it's busier. For example, the parks are known to close as earlier as 6 or 7 p.m. during slower times of year, compared to 9 or 10 during some busier times. So at least you're able to get more park time to make up for the potentially longer wait times you'll have to endure throughout the day. Number 2, consider special events like Mardi Gras, Halloween Horror Nights, and the holidays at Universal. Even though the parks are typically more crowded during the times these events are being held, you may not want to miss out on all the festivities. A lot of people embrace the crowds during these events as they get to experience all the special decorations and exclusive food and drink items. The park atmosphere just has an unmatched feel during these events, so don't be afraid to brave the crowds if you're really looking forward to, say, Halloween Horror Nights this year, just like I am. And finally, number 1, consider the cost. Yes, this is probably the most obvious thing to consider on any trip, but you need to know that your vacation will definitely be more expensive during the busier times of year. Hotels cost more, flights tend to cost more, park tickets cost more, and even extras like Express Pass cost more during the busier times. I'll give you some examples here. So I actually have a trip booked for the last week of April next month. If we booked our trip even for the week prior, we'd be spending an extra $100 per night for the same hotel. Now, we're annual pass holders, but let's say we're getting a 3-day park-to-park ticket. The week we're going in late April, that would cost us $324.99 per ticket, as opposed to today's rate of $371.99. That's a $46 difference. And let's just say we end up getting Express Pass when we're going in late April. A 2-park unlimited Express Pass would cost us $139.99 per person. Now, if we were to go today, March 26th, it would cost us $319.99 per person. That's a $180 difference just for 1 day of Express Pass. So as you can see, the busier times can absolutely be a bit pricier. So just make sure you're aware of all the potential extra associated costs that come along with the crowds. And as you can see, there are a lot of nuances when it comes to things that crowds can affect. However, not all things that come along with packed crowds are a negative. The main thing is that as long as you stay informed and set realistic expectations, you're going to have an amazing trip whenever you choose to go. My main goal is to simply keep you as well informed as possible so you can make the best vacation decisions for you and your family. And with that being said, that's going to do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for more theme park content, tips, tricks, news, and adventures, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. I've been Mike with Trout Takes, and we'll see you guys soon.